Hello, friends. Hello, users. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining once again. I'm so happy to see all of your bright faces. And once again, so happy that everybody is keep on joining our webinar series for getting to know more about our software's updates, enhancement, features, and all the small bugs and issues that we have resolved. So it's a bright day once again, and we will be speaking exclusively about our releases. All right, so buckle up. We'll be starting in a few minutes. And before that, I can see a few more people joining in. So let's do one thing. First of all, I'll just explain the different tools that we have in our platform. From the very left, you can see the chat option. If you are coming across any doubts or queries, you can always use the chat option. You can always chat with me. Then there's a Q&A section. If you're having some specific doubts regarding any of the features or something specific to the updates that we will be bringing in this week, you can ask it down in the Q&A section. Then there's a raise hand option. You can use the raise hand option every time you're coming across any doubt. And then there's a reaction button. So if I need some kind of a confirmation, you can use the reaction button. Any reaction will do. All right. And at the very end, if you're coming across any specific doubts, then I'll be giving you a chance to unmute yourself and then we'll speak. All right. So you can see EalSuite evolution. We're back again for explaining all our feature updates. And today we will be, looking into some very, keen updates like catalog application for suppliers, checkbook number validations, and we have already provided audit logs for roles and more. So we'll be working out on different use cases, and we will be taking a look into how all of these features are linked with our core modules, and in which all reports, which all kind of transaction histories, all of these new updates will be getting reflected on. All right, so that's the agenda. So I hope that everybody will be sticking with me till the very end. All right, so you can see my screen. I hope that you're able to properly hear me, see my video and everything. So you can just give me a confirmation on that right now. And once I get the confirmation, then we'll start. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so let's get started. Let me first of all bring in our release notes as usual. Yes, so we'll be speaking about two feature updates, two enhancement, and two resolved issues in this particular webinar. So we'll start with feature updates. And first one, catalog application for suppliers. So till this very update, we were having the price list or the catalog application, and that was for customers only. All right. So can anybody just tell me what is the advantage of using a catalog feature, just to get a context for everyone present in this meeting? Anybody? Yes, to provide discounted pricing. It is one of the use cases. We can restrict a lot of things with catalog feature as well. So it is a good answer to provide some kind of a discount to specific customers or suppliers. Okay, so like I said, till this very update, we were having catalog feature for customers, not for suppliers. Right now, suppliers can now apply catalogs directly, streamlining the process of catalog management and enhancing accuracy in product listing. So rather than working with the price list, this some kind of restricting view for the list of items to be seen against a particular supplier or a customer can right now be applied to the suppliers module as well. So that's the advantage of bringing in catalog application into suppliers module or to the purchase module. Next one we have is the audit log for roles, right? So when we are saying audit log for roles, you can enhance the security and tracking capabilities with the introduction of the audit log, specifically for roles, allowing for better oversight and compliances. So we have already introduced the audit log for users in few of our updates, in like I would say 2 or 3 updates back, and the same thing will be getting applied under roles as well. Now we'll be taking a closer look into that as well. Next one is the enhancement part. So we have flexible build customization. And now under template builder, we were initially having an option to hide the header and footer. Right now we have changed it, and we'll be, I'll be showing it to you once we get into that particular page. So you now have the option to disable page number on the bills. And this customization allows for a much more cleaner and a tailored document presentation. And then we have checkbook number validation. So we have implemented a new validation to prevent the assignment of duplicate checkbook numbers to same bank accounts. So to same bank accounts, this won't work, but for to different bank accounts, this can be worked. Next, we came across a retail invoice bug, and the bug was related to the payment section. So there was a critical bug which caused issues with zero payment being created against a retail invoice, which was having zero amount. I'll just show you that in detail as well. Then we have item group duplication on import result. So we'll be looking into a CSV file and see how the process works and what was the issue related to the import functionality. It was not related to the import functionality, it was related to the item groups while we were importing, and the kind of the format in which the data was being provided in the CSV file was not getting properly reflected in the mapping page with regards to the item groups present. So that was a way in which, and we'll take a look into how this issue was resolved and how it is getting reflected after the issues has been resolved. So yeah, a total of 6 major insights we got from the updates. So let's get started with the first one itself. Yes. So catalog application for suppliers. We'll first of all see how a catalog can be created and where has the option changed. All right. So we can directly come to the item section and under catalogs. So initially under the table of Smart View, we were having the columns name and item count. Modules were not present because catalog feature was restricted to sales only. Right now, we were spread it into the purchase module as well. So we had to bring in this new column module. So when we create a new one, we can provide a name, standard buying, and standard domestic purchase. This is the name I'm going to, this is the name I'm going to give for the catalog. And then under modules, we have two options right now, sales or purchase. Now I'm clicking on purchase. So see, when sales was here, you can override the minimum sales price. When you click on purchase, that gets disappeared. Now we can add the line items. So saxophone, no, I'm not going to go with that. Yeah, classmates ballot notebook, then violin, no, the price is not set for some of these items. Okay, Cajon, none of these items are, the prices are not set. Yes, we'll go with ITC logic pad and then classmates ballot notebook. So you can see the cost prices and the sales price, and we can provide the catalog price like 30, and I'm gonna give it as 70 here. So a value less than the sales price. So I'm providing some kind of a discount to that particular, supplier. So let's click on save. So you can see that a standard domestic purchase against the purchase module for suppliers has been created, which has 2 item count. So this is a catalog that we'll be working with. Now let's move to the purchase side. Let's go to the supplier side. So we have such kind of suppliers. A filter has been set. So let me just first go to, I'm going to remove this filter. It was a filter set against the Smart View. So it was a permanent filter. So let me just submit it. And yeah, KS Kumar. You can go to the edit page and catalog. You can see 2 catalogs getting reflected here. So new purchase catalog was already present while I was creating the standard domestic purchase catalog. So selected it and I have saved. So we'll just return back to the item section and into the catalog page, and we'll just take a view about this catalog. So we have classmate ballot notebook and ITC logic pad present, and the prices are shown like this. So in a normal case, the classic ballot notebook will have a sales price of 35 and ITC logic pad will be having a sales price of 80, right? So yeah, we'll directly try to create a purchase bill under KS Kumar, and And also for another customer, just to see how the catalog feature do get reflected. No, we don't have to create a new customer for this purpose. We'll just create a new purchase bill itself. Yeah. So rather than KS Kumar, let me work with Tushar Deshpande. And here, if I select for ITC, okay, I need to validate something. Okay, some other catalog has been applied for this person. So for Vidya Saga, nothing. Okay, so we will just come down here. ITC, the sales price is 50. Okay, ITM 14. Yeah, it is not it is ITC logic pad. The price is shown as 70. So the price is given as 50 here. So let me just validate on that, or we can come to Nayantara. Let me just remove this item. ITC logic pad, the price is shown as 50. The price is being shown as 50. So I just need to validate that. Let me go to items, ITC logic pad. The cost price is 50. The sales price is 80. Yes. $50 itself. Now, if I'm buying from KS Kumar, it will be shown as 70. So yeah, I need to go back. I just made a small mistake while providing the rates. It is in the purchase side, right? So I should have gone with the cost price and sales price, not like this. I should have gone it with something like 15 and something less than 50. So 40. I'm getting it from a discounted price. That should be the use case, not on the sales side. Right now we got, so for again, if we reload this page for Nayantara as a supplier, if I search for ITC, it will be shown as 50. But for KS Kumar, it will be shown a value less than 50, I think 40 something. ITC is shown as and it is shown as 40. So this is in fact the value which will be getting reflected here, 15 and 40, right? The prices. So that is the way in which the supplier's catalog first. Please, really sorry for the prices that I gave initially, because I gave a price which was less than the sales price, not less than the cost price. So that's the reason why there was a small discrepancy when it comes to the sales side and the prices there, because it was not the sales price, it was in fact the cost price. So this is the way in which the catalog will be taking work under the supplier side. All right. I hope there is no doubts or issues here. We can simply click on save and the purchase will be getting saved in such kind of a manner. All right. And we can also take a look into this. We can click on add product or service and it will just show you, it won't be showing you any items right now. If I remove this, it will be showing you only the 2 items. So in such a way, the items can be restricted from the view list as well. So this is a way in which the supplier's catalog, or fundamentally how the catalog function works out. I hope that nobody's having any doubts here. If there is any doubts, you please ask. Any doubts? Nothing. All right. So we'll move on. We'll move on from catalog application for suppliers to audit log for users. When we speak about audit logs, it's all about traceability. It's all about accountability, right? So if you go to settings and into the users and role section, you have the log feature for users, right? If I click on here, all the data edited, when it was created, everything will be shown to us just like this. Now when you come to roles, you can see it will also be having a log feature. So I click on here, when it was edited, everything will be taken. Okay, now we have human resource manager, or I think procurement head. Yes. So when was procurement head created? It was created on 22nd February 2024, right? It was edited there. I think it was created way before that. So we were collecting logs against users and roles a long time back, but we never added that functionality or feature. So when we added it, all the logs taken, way back will also be shown to you. So since this particular role was created sometime before 22nd February 2024, it was not, shown as when it was created. So user admin, maybe you can take a look. The role created with the name user admin on 4th of March 2024. So you will be getting all the details regarding the creation of the role and in which all moments those roles were edited. So yes, that is all about the audit log for roles. Same thing which we applied against users, we applied it against roles as well. That is a very simple update. Now, this is really crucial. Flexible build customization. So we can use the template builder right now, and we have an option to disable the page numbers on builds. So we get a much more cleaner and a tailored document presentation. So there are a few things when it comes to template builder V2 that we want to discuss in this week. If you go to template builder V2 and if we select invoice template, yes. Now, there is no change under the document properties, but there are slight changes under header and footer section. So if you come down to the check boxes here, hide default header, hide footer page number. Initially, there were no two options like this. It was only a single option, that was hide default header and footer. So we have broken it down or split it into two. So we have hide default header and hide footer page number right now. Okay, so we'll just go to the invoice section. We'll open up an invoice and not this invoice. We need an invoice which shows as a huge list. Maybe I've written down the number or something like that. Yeah, this one. We have a bunch of items here. So okay, we have the invoice template one. I'm gonna get the PDF of this. So here you can see the page number getting reflected, right? Okay, so there was a small, we shouldn't be working like this. The builder have some kind of an issue. It shouldn't be showing us this line here. So that is in fact a small issue. We'll have to work on it. So anyway, you can see the page number here. So if there's a time in which you want to remove the page number, all you have to do is enable the checkbox for hide footer page number, and you can click on save. And you can return back here and you can reload this and the page. Yes. So that was in fact the issue, right? Since page number was coming in, you need to add an additional line and then show the page number. That was the issue with regards to this invoice, PDF output, I would say. All right. So it's very simple. The process is very simple. Just enable this checkbox and save it. Save this invoice template, and the footer page number will be getting managed. So right now, if you want to hide default header, you can do it like this, and hide page number, you can do it, by just enabling the checkbox. That's it. Is there any doubts regarding this particular feature for anyone? Okay, no doubts then. Next one is checkbook number validation. So let me just tell you this. Initially, when it comes to checkbook numbers, we never provided a validation in which same checkbook numbers can be used against a single account. So what happened? By mistake, rather than assigning a different account, one of the user chose the same account itself, and that caused a chaos. So right now we brought in a validation for checkbook numbers. So how this works is that if we go to the accounting section and we go to checks and my checks, you can see HNCV Bank, HDFC Bank, and Axis Bank. right? So let me just copy this and create a new checkbook for Axis Bank itself for the same checkbook number with leaf starting from 1 to 30. Let's see what happens. Checkbook number already exists, right? Now this checkbook number doesn't exist for HNCV Bank. So in this way, I can click and it creates. So you can use the same checkbook number for different accounts or different bank accounts to be precise, but not for the same account. All right, this is really important. So that was all about the checkbook validation that we provided. I hope that's clear. It's a very small update, but it caused a lot of chaos for our users. So we have improved it. Okay, I have a doubt here. Can we use the same number for multiple accounts? Yes. If you have 5 bank accounts and if you want to use the same checkbook number, practically speaking, I'm not quite sure there will be a use case like this. But if you want to use it, yes, definitely you can. All right, we'll move on. We'll move on to our first resolved issue. And it's a really funny one because retail invoice payment bug fixed. We address a critical bug that caused issue with zero payment when creating a retail invoice with a zero amount and selecting the pay now option, ensuring smooth and accurate transaction processing. So what really happened? What really happened was that if I go to a retail invoice section and I'm creating a new payment. So yeah, a cash customer, email, nothing else is really important. Okay, this is the item that I'm going to sell. And the cost is 3,568. So I'm clicking on save and under HDFC Bank, debit card, I'm making a payment, payment is made. I can go to the sales payment section and you can see that a payment has been recorded against cash customer and this is the amount, right? Now let me just show you another retail invoice creation. Again, the cash customer itself. And again, this is the item. The price I'm going to show is 0, right? I click on save. Again, HDFC Bank, debit card, pay. Payment is done. The total amount was 0. If I go to the customer payment section, should I see a payment marked with 0 as the total amount? Should I see it or not? Just give me a yes or a no. That will be enough. I shouldn't, yes, no, yes. I shouldn't be seeing it. But what happened was that earlier times, right now you won't be able to see it because that payment won't be marked. That transaction won't be marked as paid, right? Even though the invoice will be in a paid manner, that won't be marked as paid under the payment section. Earlier it was being shown as paid. That was the issue. Earlier, if you come here, you could have seen a retail invoice record was being created 00119, the same date, cash customer, HDFC Bank. The narration will be invoice, retail invoice 00025 payment with the total amount as 0. A payment will be shown here. So we have fixed that issue. I hope it's clear. All right, moving forward. Item group duplication on import getting resolved. This is also, kind of a funny one, I would say. What really happened was that, okay, let me just show you a CSV file and we'll start with it. So in the CSV file, you can see there's an ID given. This is just a basic item CSV file for importing purpose, name, type, unit tax, cost price, sales price, and item group. Here you can see M16A4 or SCARL to be precise will be coming under AR and SMG. So there's a small gap between or a space that I've provided between the names of the two item groups. So we have the first item group, a comma, then a space, the name of second item group. All right. The same thing gets reflected here as well. The issue initially was that when Scarl was being imported, AR SMG was fine. Then we have SR short and SR AR. Yeah. In this case for M24, we already have an AR here created. We already have an AR here for Scarl, but an additional AR item group was being created since there was a space in between. Right now we have resolved this issue, and I'll just show it to you how it gets reflected. And the same thing happens for short as well. After SMG, there's a comma, then there's a space, then there's short. So again, an item group was being created. So FAMAS will be going into an item group called short, and DBS will be going into another item group called short. Right now, we haven't provided any duplicate validation for item groups, so it will be getting, duplicated like that. Redundant item groups with the same name itself. That was the thing. So let's just find out what happens right now. Settings, import file, items, the file, next. So we have name, ID, type, we have unit, we have tax, we have cost price, then we have sales price, and yes, everything is mapped. We have item group also, update, and you can see the GST values, the units, names, and everything. We can concentrate right here. See AR, SMG, SR, we have short, then we have SR, AR, SMG, and short. So, I mean, frankly speaking, we won't be able to directly recognize it from here as well. If you click on submit only, all the 5 items will be imported successfully, and we can come to the inventory section. No, we can directly go to the item group section itself, and we can see short, SR, SMG, AR, the 4 item group getting created, and everything is having 2 or 3, items. That's it, no issues for that. But for short, you can see FAMAS and DBS coming under the same item group called short. Earlier, it was not like that. Earlier, it was, short was being created 2 times. SR will be created 2 times. Because there was a space given after the comma while creating the CSV file. So that was the issue. So we have resolved that as well. Okay. So now it's your time to ask your doubts. If you're having any specific doubts regarding any of the feature updates, enhancements, or issues that we have resolved in the specific release, you can ask me that. Or if you're having some general doubts regarding any of the features, you can shoot me those questions as well. Okay, I have a question here regarding checkbooks. Will this get reflected in any way during transactions? This won't be getting reflected during the transaction side. You can select any payment method for your bank accounts. If you do choose checks, see, the validation directly comes in during the creation process of the check itself, not while creating any transactions with checks. So the validation directly comes in while creating the checks, and if a validation has been done, then it won't be getting created. That's the thing. Which all audits logs get shown for roles? Okay, so for roles and for users, the audit logs will be shown for when the role was created and when, in which all instances where the roles and users were edited. Can suppliers catalog be used for sales as well? No. You cannot do that. It won't be getting reflected. If you try to assign a supplier with a catalog, then only the purchase catalogs will be getting listed in that page, the page in which you're trying to associate it, the edit page or the creation page. No, you won't be able to do that. Okay, and there's another very interesting question. Will there be an option to share your smart views with external users? Okay, so in our previous update, we spoke about smart view sharing, and that was for internal users. We are working on that functionality. We are working on a marketplace or functionality in which report views can be shared with external users. So we'll be bringing in that first, then we will be looking into how we can share the smart views into external users. All right, we will be trying to bring in the smart views into reports first, and then try to share the reports with external users. Then only we'll be concentrating on other modules. Okay, there's another doubt, I think, regarding salesperson field getting mandatory. Similar to salesperson's field getting mandatory, can you also provide an option to keep every field mandatory? Um, okay, I can understand the question. Again, in the last update, we bought an enhancement which was keeping the salesperson's field as mandatory. We are working on some tools in which the user can customize the mandatory fields, but we don't have some immediate plans to make provide an option so that users can customize it in such a way that you can keep whichever fields mandatory. But we are working on some tools by which you can do it. All right, I will be providing you an update on that in the coming weeks. Any other doubts? All right, then. If there are no other doubts, then we can wind this session up. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining once again. We'll again be bringing this webinar and releases in the next week as well. So furthermore, if you are coming across any doubts, you can always go to our forum and you can add your questions there, right? You can directly reach out to us, info@ealsuite.com, or to your sales partners or support partners, and this will also get your queries resolved. All right. I hope that everybody will be joining in next week as well for getting to know more about the updates. Bye. Okay, I'm getting bye messages. So bye bye from my side as well. Thank you for joining.